There may come a time when you will need to rebuild the pull starter on your Victa 2-stroke. This might seem like a tough job, but with these basic instructions it's going to be a lot easier. Over a long period of use, dirt and grass debris gets trapped under the pulley, limiting its ability to rewind. This can cause rust on the winding spring or even breakage. We're tackling the earlier type of pull starter, but later types are essentially the same. Firstly, remove the pull starter from the motor by undoing these 3 bolts. Clean and put aside the large crankcase O-ring for reassembly later. Start by removing these 2 screws with a Phillips head screwdriver and put these parts aside. This will be the hardest part of the rebuild. This large nut needs to be held secure while the spindle is unscrewed. The nut can be held in a vise, or using a tube socket held in a vise can be unscrewed using a large shifting spanner or a square length of tubing with a notch cut out. Once taken apart, you should have these main components: the main casting, the pulley and winding spring, the spindle and friction spring, the large nut, and the cord and handle. If you're lucky and it doesn't need attention, the spring will remain in the pulley. However, if the spring is rusty, then use some emery paper to clean along the length of the spring. After cleaning, it can be progressively fed back in using your thumbs, making sure it is wound in the right direction. When it's rewound, you should end up with a U shape in the center that will catch the matching shape in the main casting. Use pliers to reshape if necessary. Once all parts are cleaned and lightly lubricated, we can start reassembly. First, check that the pulley catches on the main casting. Put the large nut in the top of the pulley, then push through and lightly tighten the spindle. Carefully locate the friction spring. The indentation should face out. Wind it a couple of times to see if it's working properly. If it's all okay, carefully tighten the spindle and complete the reassembly. At this stage, we can attach the cord. Wind it clockwise about 5 times, thread the cord through, release, and it should rewind. Lastly, carefully position the large crankcase O-ring, and you're ready to attach it to the engine.